Song 3. Instruction in the Essential Meditation. E ma ho. Now listen further, all my best beloved sons and daughters, no matter what system of mind training you practice, unless you realize the nature of your mind severing its root, you miss the point of Dzogchen. The errant aspirant, blind to this imperative, is like the archer who places his target to the front, only to shoot off his arrow in another direction. He is like the householder who searches outside for a thief who is still in the house. Like the exorcist who sets his spirit trap at the west door when the demon lives in the east. Like the poor man who begs blind to his hearthstone of gold. Therefore, my beloved children, you who wish to resolve life's frustrations and anxieties by the direct method of discovering the nature of mind, examine your minds in the following way. What we call mind is an insistent chatter, hopping, skipping and jumping about. Try to catch it and it slips away. Changing shape or vanishing, attempt to focus it and it will not be still. Proliferating and scattering. Try to pin it with a label and it resolves into unutterable emptiness. But it is this same mind that experiences the gamut of human feeling, and this is the mind that must be scrutinized. First, what is the origin of this mind? Is it a function of external phenomena, mountains, rocks, water, trees, and celestial breezes? Or is it independent of them? Asking yourself where the mind comes from, investigate this possibility thoroughly. Alternatively, consider whether or not the mind originates from the reproductive fluids of our parents. If so, inquire into the process by which it emerges. Continue this inquiry until it is exhausted and you admit the mind has no origin. Then, second, answer the question, where is the mind now? Is it in the upper or lower part of your body, in your sense organs, in your lungs, or your heart? If it lodges in your heart, in what part of the heart? What is its colour and shape? Thoroughly investigate the present location of the mind and its characteristics until you are certain that they are not to be found. Finally, examine the movement of the mind. When it moves, does it pass through the organs of the senses? In its momentary embrace of external objects, is there physical contact? Is it only a mental function? Or are both body and mind involved together? Investigate the process of perception. Further, when a thought arises with its attendant emotion, first investigate its source. Second, find its present location, its colour and shape, and any other attributes. Look long and hard for the answers to these questions. Last, when thought has subsided into itself and vanished, where has it gone? Examine your mind closely for the answers. At the time of death, what occurs to the mind? How does it leave the body? Where does it exist? Consider these questions and all their ramifications in detail. Persevere in your careful inquiry, examining the mind until you reach a positive conclusion that it is empty, pure, and utterly inexpressible, that it is a non-entity and free of birth and death, coming and going. The arid assertions and metaphors of others, statements such as mind is emptiness, are worse than useless. Until you know the answer yourself, such statements tend to bring doubt and hesitation to the mind. It is like a dogmatic assertion that tigers do in fact live in a country where it is generally supposed that tigers are extinct. It leaves doubt and uncertainty on the subject. After attentively examining your mind and having established its nature, it is as if you have explored the valleys and hills where the tigers are said to exist, and, having seen for yourself whether the tigers live there, are fully informed. Thereafter, if the question of tigers' existence in that place arises, you will have no doubt as to the truth of the matter.